Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Chiefs Blitz Podcast, presented by Dave Purdy with Supreme Lending. For your mortgage solutions, call Dave today at 816-405-5831, 816-405-5831. After all, he's pretty good. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, your Chiefs Blitz podcast. We are so excited coming up for Sunday Night Football. The Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra. I hear John Facenda's voice in my head constantly. For those who don't know him, he is the
frozen tundra
sound. He is the voice of God. If you're an old NFL Films fan, Chiefs Packers. Going to be a great game Sunday night. Again, I'm your host, Nick Athan, along with the other senior member, Lou Montagna, the kid, Andre Tillman, Coach Dre, Arizona Cardinals fan, I get it, and Hense Todd, our producer extraordinaire, part of Bowtie Sports. Want to welcome you guys. Thank you for coming on. It's going to be a great show. It's too bad we can't have the conversation we did before the show, but we probably would be off the air if that happened. But nonetheless, we are here to entertain you. And before we get started, I want to shout out really quick to my friend Eddie Kennison. We'll have a clip coming up here shortly, but Eddie Kennison joined the podcast yesterday. We did a one-on-one. If you haven't checked it out, it's on all our social pages. It's on the website. Pretty insightful information stuff from Eddie, and we just wanted to shout out to Eddie. Thank you very much for doing it. So
Fast Eddie.
Here we are. Chiefs, Packers. This is going to be one of my favorite games of the year. I just got to feel it. I got that feeling.
Oh, you got that feeling, huh?
baby, got that feeling.
Guys, I'm looking for an upset, guys.
Before you say all that, we got to get into the sponsors. Mr. Dave Purdy, go ahead, get right into it.
All right. Well, without our sponsors, our show doesn't exist. So first and foremost, we want to our overall sponsor, our site sponsor, our podcast sponsor. He's the top dog. That is Mr. Dave Purdy. You can reach Dave at 816-405-5831. He works with Supreme Lending. Obviously, you know what that all means. It means if you're looking for a mortgage, looking to refinance, looking to consolidate debt, or you just want to get a checkup to see what you might qualify for. If you find a property here, around the holidays, it's still a good time to buy a house. There's still a lot of good deals out there. Don't be swayed by the interest rates. You got to have to trust somebody who can make sure he understands all of your debt, can consolidate everything, put you in a great mortgage, and make sure you get your dream house. Give Dave a call at 816-405-5831, or you can simply hit the QR code right there on the screen. It's on there for the entire show. Just click on it. It goes right to his informational page. And guess what? You fill out that information, he'll call you right away, and he can start analyzing your current mortgage needs. Again, Dave Purdy, 816-405-5831. We love Dave because he is
pretty good. Pretty good, gentlemen.
Pretty doggone good.
All right, now real quick, Kareem says mute coach's mic again already.
Okay, Kareem, I second that.
You going into the doghouse, so you out the show, sir. For 10
I can't
minutes.
believe the audacity. All right, Kareem, you're starting off funky now, sir.
All right, fine. Okay, let's let the man continue so we can get it over with. Go ahead.
Okay.
No,
It's
because
I like love. Because I like love. Hey, man, listen. All right.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
All right. No, but for real, I think
He jumped the gun, man. I can't help it.
I think love is gonna.
Before you get into love and all that nonsense, we're gonna give a shout out to. We're gonna have Lou sing this one too. He have a birthday girl that was yesterday, so we gonna go ahead.
No one is singing on this show, right? Everybody drops it right away. But I just wanted to say happy birthday to my little girl Luca. There, she's 14 today. Now some earlier pictures there, so I got to thank our producer and quarterback extraordinaire, Mr. Hense Todd, for picking those out with the little beautiful. Facebook love. But happy birthday, Luca.
Luca.
Hope you're feeling better.
Birthday,
and we're going to have some fun. Love you 3,000.
Happy birthday.
Hey, over here.
I got all boys, man.
Over here.
What's that?
I said, that's all love over here, man.
All
Listen,
love,
I got
man.
3 boys too.
All
I got
love.
3 boys too. You dig
All
what I'm
love.
saying?
No, listen, honestly, before we get into this game, we touched about it a little bit the other day about the history and the nostalgia of the Chiefs versus Packers. Obviously, Super Bowl one, been some great regular season matchups, throughout that process. But, these are the two teams that started it all. And the Chiefs have come back. They've come back full circle as a championship team. The Packers haven't won much since Brett Favre. It's been really difficult. Aaron Rodgers, they won a Super Bowl with, but, it hasn't been the glory franchise of what it was in the early days with Bart Starr and of course the man Vince Lombardi. To me, he's the GOAT. Just what he accomplished as a head coach. But you go back in the history, and it's pretty fun to see for Lou and I, our idols. The Lenny Dawson era was just so much fun, and so Lenny the Cool Man. He was the best. I got you see my little jersey back there.
Yeah,
my signed jersey back there. Okay. So he's just really the coolest. He was the coolest guy. But this is a great rivalry, and I'm excited, to watch Sunday. Like I said in the opener, I am so excited for this game. Anytime the Chiefs play the Packers, it means a lot to me. I was born in Wisconsin, as I mentioned. I'm a closet Packers fan, except when they play the Chiefs. But oh boy, just brings back a lot of really great memories as a kid. Which was my foundation for becoming a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, I mean, two historical franchises. Obviously playing in that first, at that time, the AFL NFL championship game. It was before they even had the term Super Bowl, which, as far as for my money, was created by Lamar Hunt or one of the kids with the Super Bowl and so forth. But yeah, I mean, going into the hallowed halls, if you would, of Lambeau Field. I mean, the two of the more iconic stadiums in the NFL in Arrowhead and Lambeau Field. Now, Lambeau's been there much longer. Both have been renovated. And I don't know if we'll get into this at some point, but, a lot of talk out there about the Chiefs and Royals moving. And I don't want to hear any of that. I'm not from your area, but I'd like to see Arrowhead remain. They can keep sprucing it up, but, money's money. Money talks. But the one thing that I guess we, even as the younger group feel almost cheated. We never got to see Mahomes versus Rodgers due to injuries to one or the other. Then he leaves. We were going to get it against the Jets, but then Rodgers gets hurt. So we may never see that matchup, but it's just, two historic franchises, and Patrick going into Lambeau for his first time. I've got some stats here, some other great quarterbacks going in there for their first time. Do you guys want to go through that right now?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Sure, let's hear it.
All right. So I did lift this. This is, our research crew did a lot of work here. So Marino, his first game, and it turns out it was in 1985. And the Monday night before, they handed the 85 Bears their only loss, and was probably one of the biggest bets I've ever made in my life. And thank God I won it, or I might not be sitting here right now. But Marino goes in the next Sunday into Lambeau Field, his first game, throws for 345 and 5 touchdowns. Now, Granted, the Packers weren't as good then, but Elway, 10 years into his career, first time at Lambeau, throws for 367 and a TD. Peyton Manning, 254 and 3 TDs. TB12, 244 and 4 TDs. And they all won. So Patrick, knowing him, I guess, as well as we can, and just his historical perspective and kind of where he sees himself ranking in the annals, I think he's going to take it upon himself. Not that he wouldn't any other game, but I think this is a big deal for him. So in that off chance that the Chiefs go on the road and they're playing a weaker opponent, and maybe, it's not a division game, that there's any chance for a letdown, I just don't see it happening. But that should be a pretty cool thing. And I think it's a pretty cool thing for Patrick going into, again, one of the most historic places in the NFL in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, it's not going to be lost on Patrick. I mean, he talked about it in the press conference on Wednesday. Obviously he's never played there. I think Steve DeBerg also had 4 touchdowns if I'm not mistaken, in a game there at Lambeau Field too. So
Freddy Krueger, right?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
You can't kill him.
Yeah, again, it's a new era now. The Chiefs have climbed back to the top, and this is going to be a game of the current quarterbacks. You've got the Mahomes versus Love, and Love versus Mahomes, depending on which side of the ledger that you're on. But listen, Mahomes last week against the Raiders, he kind of got his act together. They started to play well. They started to do some stuff. Looking at the game film, they did a lot of different formations, a lot of things that we suggested. Most particularly, Hense suggested about putting Kelsey outside and Mr. Rice on the inside. So I think they're going to be all right. I think this is going to be a great game.
So we know the coaches are listening and watching us and taking all the advice from quarterback's coach now. But if you guys recall, and looking at the draft process, and again, it was kind of a surprise that Love, that when the Green Bay traded up to take Jordan Love, but when he was coming out, it was a few years ago. So Patrick was still very young in his career, at a lot of comparisons as the type of player that they might be. Rangy, can throw from all the arm angles, escapability, backyard football, whatever you want to say. Those were a lot of the comparisons there. And then Jordan doesn't play for 4 years. And you see him, it seems like he's starting to get it a little bit. They have a very young receiving crew, much as the Chiefs do. You got a couple second-year guys. You got the rookie from Michigan State, Jaden Reed. Dubs has shown a little bit. Christian Watson, when he's healthy, has shown that he can be a player. So
that's somebody I wanted.
Should be a very interesting game.
There he is. I'm like, man, I wanted Watson, but they went to go get Scott Moore. But again, nothing against Scott Moore. But again, this is going to be an interesting game, seeing these guys battle out. Love is looking better than he did when he first started coming out. So, and also they got a good offensive line, and they got they defense is number 10 in the league. And a lot of people
10th in the league, baby.
So a lot of people don't know that these Packers are trying to get into the playoffs. Yeah. So with Jordan Love, just try to prove. I think they're gonna try to prove a example. Like, hey, Aaron Rodgers, you out the playoffs, and we are in the playoffs. So they're gonna try to make a statement there. Go ahead, Coach Drake.
I'm gonna say this: they defense is so underrated. They got a good secondary, a good pass rush on that side too. That's gonna give the tackles some work for Kansas City. And for some reason, I got a feeling Love's gonna have a breakout game against Kansas City. I'm not saying they're gonna lose, like gonna beat Kansas City, but if they do, I wouldn't be surprised if they do beat Kansas City, because again, they are trying to get into the playoffs. I just believe, for some reason, it's gonna be the breakout game for Love, the real breakout game for Love. I'm not saying Mahomes not gonna do Mahomes and Rice ain't gonna have a big game. But I just got this gut feeling that Love is going to come out there and put up some numbers and get the job done.
I don't see that. I don't see it. I don't see the Chiefs losing 3 out of 5 games. I think that would be something unprecedented for them. Yeah. Usually when the Chiefs go through that lull, they end up running the table, and I suspect they got a pretty good shot of running the table going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Packers have won 3 of their last 4, but the last 2 games, as well as they've played, the games were kind of gift wrapped for them by the Chargers at Lambeau, and that game in Detroit. I mean, Jared Goff probably played his worst game as a Lion in that game, and they did everything they could to give it away, and it was still a 1-score game. So not to say that they should have blown him out. Jordan Love played great. But again, this is definitely, they're not in the same class. Okay. The Chiefs, I think they realize what their position is right now. They win this game, they're the number 1 seed again. And I'm pretty sure they want to keep that, rolling. And so I don't think there's really going to be a chance for a letdown. I talked about Patrick and what his feelings are here. Again, over my dead body, that's just the way he looks at it. So I just don't see it happening. The Chiefs would have to contribute significantly, meaning turnovers, penalties, which they have done in a few games, but it just seems like, I think just the urgency is right back there. December. Today's the first day of December. Lights came on. Let's go. So yeah, I Packers are playing better, but not good enough.
And speaking of over a dead body kind of game that Patrick Mahomes is looking for, Eddie, our guest yesterday, Eddie Kennison, had one when that overtime catch that he had against the Packers. If y'all can remember, go ahead and touch bases on that. Nick or Dre, which one of y'all want to go for?
Go ahead, Nick. It's your world.
Yeah, no, I mean, this was, I think, as I told Eddie, I think this was his biggest catch of his career. Chiefs are down a whole bunch of points in the fourth quarter. A lot of weird things happened. They found themselves getting the ball back in the fourth quarter. I'll let Eddie explain it to you, but it was just one of the great plays, one of the great games. And I think about this game all the time. I mean, it's the first thing I remember. The Super Bowl one was great and all. We lost, but this game has just been stuck in my head ever since.
Let's hear from Eddie. Let's see what Eddie had to say about it.
Come on, Eddie.
It's also fitting that we're calling you or talking the week that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to travel to Green Bay to play the Packers, because if I'm not mistaken, this is where the therapy works,
Right.
The Chiefs visited Lambeau Field, you and Trent Green, Tony Gonzalez, and you guys were down in the fourth quarter, you go into overtime. And to me, it's the catch and the play of your career in Kansas City, because I remember watching it in my kitchen and with my mother, and Trent throws that pass in overtime, and I'm thinking, he's going to throw it to Eddie. And you were just wide open. You torched the guy. And that was just that to me, and you've had a lot of great highlights, but to me, that was the play of your career.
Oh, brother. And, if you give me, a few seconds, I'll kind of break down, we were going into the fourth quarter, and it's crazy because I remember this like it was yesterday. Going into the fourth quarter, I think we were down 17 points, and Brett Favre throws his first interception to Jerome Woods. Jerome returns it for a touchdown, and it just kind of went downhill for the Packers at that point in time. And in overtime, Green Bay wins the toss, and the very first play, Amon Green fumbles the ball. Mike Maslowski recovers the fumble. The very next play, Dick Vermeil and Al Saunders, Dick was like, go for it. Let's just end it right now. And Al called it. 56 yards later, brother, we're in the end zone, and we went in overtime. And if you can remember, we went 9-0. We were 9-0 after that touchdown.
It's also fitting that we're calling.
That is crazy.
That brings back memories, man. Man. I remember that game. I was like, yo, we did it. We beat Green Bay. And remember,
we beat Brett
Favre.
It was
Brett Favre. And we beat them in Lambeau. I mean, the catch, the throw, the timing, it was everything. It was beautiful, man. I love that player. And it's crazy because that year, that's probably, besides losing in the playoffs, this was right here was like the highlight of my year. This catch right here by Eddie Kennison. That was the highlight of my year, man.
It was, awesome. Man. And looking back at that, watching Al Saunders call the plays, man, I thought he was the best. Before Andy Reid came along, I thought he was the best play caller that I ever seen. You know what I mean? I was like, as a kid watching, I'm like, man, these plays he calling is there. Johnny Morton, you know what I mean? Johnny Morton, Sammy Parker, and all them guys. They was out there going good. Besides, Snoop Menace, nothing against him. You know what I mean?
Snoop was a good guy. Snoop was a good kid, man. I like Snoop.
He was a good kid. He was a good kid, but he wasn't producing.
Really
Nick, he wasn't producing. Nick, now
it doesn't matter. He was a good dude.
We can't get them. Okay, no, I'll give it to you, Nick. We will give him the Williams credit. We will give him the Williams credit. We will give him the credit of the Williams, right?
Don't just start.
But honestly, though, to me, I put that offense against Mahomes' offense any day because Dick Vermeil to me is my favorite head coach. Dick Vermeil got these guys going. We didn't know who Dante Hall was until Dick Vermeil got to him.
Yep,
we didn't. So all credit Dick Vermeil. Johnny Morton, right? Johnny Morton. Like, who was Johnny Morton?
He came from Detroit. I remember
came from D-Town. Came from D-Town.
Yeah, touchdown. I used to be in my room doing a worm. I was like,
doing a worm. Yeah, but it was, guys, that was a highlight, man. 9-0. ESPN was talking about us, man. They were like the Chiefs, the Chiefs. Boomer. I was like, yo, we here, we made it, but great year of football for Kansas City, man. It was a great year.
Yes, it was.
It was a great run. I hate to be the downer of the group.
Uh-oh.
Come on with it.
Well, just defensively, it was hard. I mean,
it was.
I
hate the defense. Yeah,
we talked
Greg
about
Robinson.
it.
Greg Robinson and Lynn Elliott are like 1 and 2.
Had one of the, again, maybe the all-time offensive lines in the NFL that I can remember as a group, and just the way they blocked. And Priest and whoever they gave the ball to. I mean, it was just
Blaylock.
It was beauty. It was
Blaylock was
beautiful to watch.
Overrated.
And then TG and Eddie Kennison. And yeah, I mean, it was great, but it was like, okay, are we going to hold up? What was the game? Was it against the Colts? Peyton Manning came in. And I don't think there was a punt in the whole game.
I was at that game
until the last possession. It was that
hurt my soul, man. I cried. I ain't gonna lie. I was probably both times, man. I said, Priest, you slipped, bro. Richard, what are you doing, bro? This is not Chiefs. This is not us.
Yeah, the worst part of that game. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'll forget.
No, you're good.
The worst part of that game was when the Chiefs got the ball back. They called it inside screen. They had taken both sets of the wide receivers and ran them both down the sidelines, opening up the middle of the field. So Trent Green dumps the ball off to Priest Holmes with 3 Bohemian blockers in front of him. And I can't remember the player's name for the Colts, but he dove and just got the ankle of Holmes. If not, I guarantee you he would have scored a touchdown. No question. They were 45, 50 yards away. There was no way those 3 guys and those wide receivers we're going to not let Priest. It was the perfect play call. It was almost like the play that Alex Smith made to in Dallas with Tyreek Hill. It was almost the exact same play where they put Kelsey in front of him and the receivers were outside. The last play of the half, they score a touchdown. And I've watched that game way too many times. And that play, it would have been the most miraculous comeback. Crazy comeback. It would have put the game.
I cried. I was in the stands.
I was
even the cheerleaders turned around and said they came on to consult me because I was there crying in the stands, man.
Cried your little heart out. Cried your heart out. That was on purpose. But listen, Kareem. Kareem says this. Kareem says, "Damn, that Priest fun will hurt myself to this day." Okay, right? And he also said, Alexander was a genius. Remember how Priest would slide into the end zone? Both times, Priest Thomas is my guy, man. That's my guy. And the way Alexander put that offense together, there wasn't no doubt in my mind we can compete with anybody in the league that year. Anybody. We had everything you wanted, man.
And Morton dropped a touchdown pass. And Morton dropped a touchdown pass.
He did. That's what I'm saying. I was like,
think about it, guys. If you had assembled an all-star coaching staff with the Chiefs coaches,
okay, Chiefs. Okay,
who would you bring? Who would you bring? Who would be your offensive coordinator, your head coach, your defensive coach?
Okay, I'm gonna go first. Dick Vermeil. I got Dick Vermeil. I'm a Dick Vermeil guy.
It's what?
Head coach.
Hey, you gotta say it. You gotta say it.
As what, man? Dick Vermeil.
You gotta say it.
Dick Vermeil is a head coach. All right. So Al Saunders is my offensive coordinator. Not Bieniemy, not Nagy. Al Saunders. All right. And I take Specs as my defensive coordinator. There it is. That's mine.
Luke, what you got? Luke? What you got?
Let's make it a little bit different. I guess you can be prisoner of the moment, but I gotta go with Big Red. I mean, it would be either him or Hank Stram, just from the entertainment value, specifically. But they could both coach a lot of football. Defensive coordinator, there have been some guys, but when they were at their peak, I really liked Bill Cowher. And that defense was just lights out. Marty's team, I mean, you could say, again, it's the same argument, well, if you got the defensive head coach, who's really coordinating the defense? But I'll go with Bill Cowher. And maybe the offensive coordinator. I don't know, man. I like Doug Peterson a lot. I'll say Reed. I say pretty much Andy Reid's tree, except for on defense, I'd go with Bill Cowher.
Bill Cowher, okay.
Go ahead. I think I'll go there. You go ahead.
I'm with Lou. Cowher would be number one. Spags would be number 2, but Cowher was just what he
It's
did
your
with
defensive
Derek
coordinator?
Thomas. Yes, defensive coordinator. What he did with DT and Neil Smith together and Dan Slayamua and just that whole defensive front. It was just so much fun to watch. So my head coach, I'm going to go with Hank. I would make Andy my offensive coordinator. I can't go against Hank, man. I think his innovation, his style, basically developing the West Coast offense that, so many coaches have copied since, including Andy, have taken. He changed the offensive game forever. So those would be my 3.
Good point.
How about the hairpiece?
My three.
Silly, Lou. Silly, man. The hairpiece.
I'll have
lined up. He had him lined up.
I have Andy Reid as a head coach. Dick Vermeil as offensive coordinator.
Right.
And I had to go with my guy. You play to win the game, to run the defense. I'll go Herm Edwards to run the defense.
If you want to mix and match them, I guess you could do that.
Yeah,
all right,
John,
real quick, guys. John Harrison says this: statistically, the best defenses were in 95 and 97 under Gunther. This year is revolving those stats. Sorry about that, sir. I agree, but to me, honestly, ain't nobody talking about Marty Ball. We ain't talking about Marty Ball because So Cowher was the defense coordinator in Marty Ball, right?
Correct.
Okay, good point. Okay.
Well, let me share a story. I'm gonna do this for you, John. So my Gunther story. All right. So I'm on 610 Sports with Ron DeMoss. This is when Herm was the head coach. Mm-hmm. And I said something about Herm and Gunther not being on the same page. One's a cover 2 guy, one's a press guy. And so the next day I get a call from the higher ups and Herm wants to talk to me. I'm like, oh crap. I mean, I didn't really know what was going on at the time. And he goes, what did you say? Gunther's furious at you. And if anybody knows Gunther Cunningham, you did not want him mad at you. He was the most fire. He was such a ball of fire.
You're wearing shooting glasses on the sidelines.
Seriously, I thought I was going to have to put armor on. He goes, he wants to talk to you. And I'm like, oh my God. So prior to that, I sent him an email. Herm told me why he was upset. I sent him an email. I laid it all out, the X's and O's and where I was coming from and what I thought the philosophical differences are. So the next day I walk into Herm's office and Gunther had an office next to him. And so Herm goes, okay, you ready? And I'm like, I'm really thinking it's going to be bad and ugly. So I go in his office and he sits me down and he goes, Nick, I've been coaching for 25 years and I have never, ever kept anything anyone has ever written to me outside of what you sent me explaining your situation. And I'm thinking, oh, thank you.
Right.
And we spent 3 hours just talking defense. He showed me the draft board. He showed me all the stuff on the guys that they were taking or they had recently taken, all the reports. He went through the whole Indianapolis Colts thing when he was in Baltimore and they moved to Indianapolis. He was on that staff. And ever since then, whenever we got a chance, he gave me an interview. He was always great with me. God rest his soul. He is to this day one of my favorite all-time Kansas City Chiefs coaches. But man, oh man, was he a fiery son of a bitch. And when he came back to be the head coach, I couldn't have been happier. And he came back as defensive coordinator. And it just was one of the best dudes with the biggest heart of any bit I knew. But man, oh man, that 24-hour waiting period to go talk to him. I mean, I don't think I slept a minute. I was so worried. I was going to lose my credentials. Tight. He was going to beat the crap out of me. He was going to give me one of those F-bomb tirades that he's so famous for.
Yeah, man.
And none of that happened. He couldn't have been nicer.
Love it.
Speaking of something nicer, let's go ahead and get into our next sponsor before we go into the last 2 segments. We go ahead, Nick.
All right, let's do it. Let's bring in my good friend Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. He is your real estate advisor. If you're looking to buy a house, you're looking to sell a house, you're looking to relocate, if you got a Chiefs fan that's in a Detroit market or a Florida market or California market and they're looking to move to the Midwest, or you've got friends moving out of Kansas City that need to find a good realtor, let Eric take care of you. In town, buying or selling, he's your one-stop shop. You don't want to go with any other realtor in Kansas City. He is the guy that will take care of you start to finish. Doesn't matter how many. It doesn't matter if it's a Kelsey house or it's a house for just plain old guys like you and me. Give Eric a call at 729-3785. Reach Eric Haynes at esellskc@gmail.com. Give him a call. He is your real estate advisor.
Proud sponsor of Chifu.
And Eric's getting an extra love. Some extra love. Well deserved.
I was doing my best Dre. I was doing my best Dre impression. Excuse me, it's not quite as velvety and baritone, but yeah, I did my best.
That was a good one. That was a good one, Lou. That was a good one, Lou. That was a good one.
Lou, something else. But speaking of staying hungry and staying humble, my guy is looking for another 100-yard game. Can you guys think he can pull this off against his Packers defense, or is it going to be tough to do? Go ahead, Lou.
Well, I think with Rashid coming on, I think it's going to, again, shots on goal. It's going to get opportunity, right? I mean, if he gets the opportunities, he's going to make plays. There's no question. Again, I've been saying this for the last few shows. Hence, you've been saying it since, I think, week 1. He's the best wide receiver in this core right now. So, again, if the offense is going to get clicking, I mean, I don't want to say he has to produce, but he pretty much has to produce those explosives downfield, run after catch, all that stuff. Now, again, you're going to get your occasional ones from Sky, from Watson, but they're not high volume guys. Now, Rashid was a very high volume guy at SMU, so I think he's used to that. Whereas these other guys, I don't think they ever were the go-to. Now, I want to say Sky to some degree.
He was
at Western Michigan, but I don't know. I don't know that he's really shown that yet in the pros, and he doesn't need to be. He can get his 4 or 5 catches a game underneath stuff, move the chains. Again, run after catch, he's amazing because he's an ex-running back. But I think Rashid Rice really is the key to this run moving forward. And you don't want to put pressure on him because he's a rookie. And I think that's really what Andy is trying to kind of hold up on this, because they need him, but they don't want to put pressure on him to say, okay, you have to produce, Rashid. But that, I think, is the kind of like the silent message, is that he has to for this team.
He has to, right. To me, I think Zaire Alexander is gonna play the big role against Rashid Rice. I think they're gonna put him on him with that matchup right there, and it's gonna lead to other areas like Sky Moore to come loose, because I feel like Sky Moore is gonna have another big game. A decent game.
He's gonna hit it eventually.
One of these times he's gonna. One of these times he'll be right.
Listen, guys, listen, man.
I'm hoping.
Bo
loves some really hope it's in the Super
listen,
Bowl.
He's a Super Bowl guy in the clutch. You like pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure. The man scored the touchdown against Philly. Now the man knows pressure. All right,
the punt return against the Bengals.
Absolutely.
Nothing against Sky Moore. Drake just been saying this week.
Mr. January.
I mean, listen now. Both times you did put pressure on everybody with Rashid Rice. You did. You beat everybody's throat. And what happened? He produced finally. But again, I got a feeling Sky Moore is gonna come out there and give us at least about 65, 75 yards this game. Clutch yards, third down, clutch yards. Sky Moore. But other than that, I think Rashid Rice is going to battle Zaire. I think it's going to be a unique battle.
I'm about to put a loop. Do you see Sky Moore going over there?
Well, here's the good
in the offseason. Do you see that trade happen? Pickens for Sky Moore in the offseason. Do you see it happening? I don't know, baby.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who would want to make that trade?
No,
that's his hometown. That's where he's from.
Well, Sky, that's right. Sky is from Pittsburgh, but I could see Pittsburgh. The only way they'd move off of him is if he really did something nuts.
You don't want to be there.
They put up with AB for a long time.
Right.
Some of those other receivers, I mean, they've always done well at drafting wide receivers, but some of them have a little bit of an edge to them, and I think that's a tribute to Coach T and being able to handle those guys. But at a certain point, they all go off the rails and they're gone. Well, so I don't think I think for the same reason the Chiefs didn't take him in the draft is why they wouldn't trade for him. There's something going on there that I don't think they want to deal with.
Well, here's the good news. Here's the good news for you, Andre.
Come on with it.
You got 9 more weeks, 6 in the regular season and 3 in the postseason, to repeat the same thing.
Just keep saying it, man.
Yeah. Assuming the Chiefs
have to buy. I got to speak it into existence.
You know what?
Guys,
listen,
I got to.
We love Scott. Okay, first off, for those at One Arrowhead Drive watching this, Scott, if you're watching, we love Scott.
We love Scott.
He made 2 of the biggest plays of last year.
We want you to succeed. Yes.
Man. We want you to succeed, but we want you. But we laughing at Drake, not Scott. We laughing at
whatever. It's fine though.
That's his guy. He picked his guy. I respect you sticking with him.
And he's going to produce, guys. He is going to produce. Again, real quick.
I hope you're right.
Kareem said he got 2 good comments. He made 2 good comments, guys. He said the first one was Rashid needs 7 to 10 targets a game with no drops. No drops from the whole corp should be the biggest goal throw. And his second comment was cut out the drive killer offensive penalties.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, we got because the Packers got a good defense. Going into this game, they got a good defense, and you can't just go in there. And it's going to be supposed to be snowing. This game. It's going to be
according to NFL films, Patrick is a snow guy, snow game guy.
It's true.
Speaking of picks, let's get on here and get into the NFL picks.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go ahead and get it off.
Can't get it off.
Shout out.
Wait, I'm picking the Cowboys.
Shout out to the orchestra. New music. Let's go.
All right.
Let's get it.
First, we got guys.
I'm sorry. Add DJ to the Hense business card. Sorry.
All right, we got the Broncos versus the Texans. Who do you guys got? Go ahead, Luke.
Can Sean Payton take this show on the road? Seems like I pick Houston every week, even when they're underdog. They are slightly favored here, 3.5.
Really?
I'm sticking with them. I'm sticking with Stroud. I don't know. Tank Dell might be iffy, so I would kind of reserve my right to switch the pick. But you know me, I never pick the Broncos.
You never do.
No.
Good deal though. Good deal though.
Who you got there, Nick?
According to our NFL insider Aaron Wilson, who joins us every Tuesday at 6:00 to go around the NFL, he thinks Tank's going to play. He wasn't as optimistic about CJ Stroud going up against this Broncos defense, but I'm kind of with Lou here. The Broncos got to play 3 games on the road. If they survive this, if they go 2-1, they're a pretty good chance they're going to be the last team into the playoffs, I think, because the rest of the schedule is pretty soft. But I'm going to go with Houston just because I want to see if CJ Stroud can make the jump after kind of a disappointing game last weekend against Jacksonville, where they could have won that football game had he made some better decisions. I'm going with Houston.
Go ahead, Dre.
Well, guys, I like Russell, and I do like the Texans. CJ and Russell, my guys. I like the young Thundercat. I like CJ, but the momentum that the Broncos is riding on right now with that defense collectively, I go with the Broncos.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to Houston, Texas to close the Broncos season playoffs hopes out of reach.
Big kingdom.
So I think the Houston Texans, if they want to make the playoffs, they got to show that they're a playoff team. And I think this will be CJ Stroud MVP stamp on the season going forward.
Mark that down.
We got the Chargers versus the New England Patriots. Do you want to watch that game?
No.
Both of the coaches on the hot seat. both
Let's
coaches on
let's skip the pick, sir. Let's skip the pick.
No. We got to be fair here.
Okay.
I mean, the Patriots did dump the Chiefs from a primetime matchup a week from Monday. No longer will the Chiefs be featured on Monday Night Football. They're going to go back to a Sunday noon game.
Hold up just a second.
Hold up.
What does it take to flex Patrick out of a primetime game?
That's true.
How low has this franchise fallen? How disgusting does it have to be where their first round pick quarterback now is like forgotten? I mean, he's not even, he hasn't even listed. You got Zappy, maybe Malik Cunningham. They can't score a touchdown. I mean, this is awful. But they're playing the Chargers.
They got a chance.
This is just a messed up game, man.
Yeah.
I got to go with the Chargers just because I think they can score some points.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
sad to say.
Yeah,
that's sad to even put it like that. Yeah, I got Chargers too, man.
I like Herbert though. I got the Patriots pulling this off.
There you go.
Oh man, if you want to hear more Patriots vitriol, check into pros like us. I'm doing some cross promoting here. I think Nick's crew reposted it, so thank you very much for that.
You're very
welcome. But we
much love.
An inordinate amount of time talking about the Patriots. That was my partner, not my choice, but
not my choice of words.
I played along.
All right, fair enough.
All right, we got the Detroit Lions versus New Orleans Saints. Who you guys have there?
I got D-Town, man.
Yeah,
D-Town takes it.
Yeah, let's go Detroit. The Derek Carr thing doesn't seem to be working as well as they thought it would. Yeah, it's just. But Detroit, this is a hard one. Detroit's favored by 4.5. Right. You got to believe they're going to get back on track. It is indoors, so that's good for Jared Goff. So yeah, I'll take Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit on the road is a pretty safe bet, even with all the points. They just seem to play well on the road.
I'm taking the Saints there. I think the Saints are going to pull it off. Green Bay showed how you should beat the Detroit Lions. So on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
So we got
give the ball.
We got the Falcons versus the New York Jets. Who you have there?
Aaron Rodgers, baby. Aaron Rodgers is back. No, I'm just talking noise. He is back. Falcons. I got the Falcons taking it.
Yeah. I agree with you. I don't see how the Jets are going to score any points, and
me either.
I think this whole Aaron Rodgers thing, it just something stinks, guys. I'm sorry. Right. There's no way if that was a full tear. Absolutely.
Aaron loves him some Aaron. Okay.
Aaron owns Tuesdays.
Man, that man
had Pat McAfee's big $1 million check.
Hey, that man it was a high
dirty birds for me.
Yeah.
I'll take the Falcons in that one. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus AC because they not a team.
Man, Cardinals. You ever disrespect my team like that? First round, baby. First round pick in the draft, baby. Marvin Harrison, come on to AZ, baby.
We're gonna throw the ball.
I got Bird game. You know I got Bird game on that one. That's no brainer. Win or lose against whoever.
I can't see the Cardinals. Pittsburgh is oh my God, I can't believe they're 7-4 team. Along with the Browns, they're at home. I think Steelers win this game by 7.
Got to shout out our guy, Erie, PA native James Conner, coming back to Pittsburgh. Played at Pitt, played for the Steelers. Still not going to pick on him, but I did want to give him his props. I'll go with the Steelers. New offensive coordinator. Maybe that gives them a spark. They got like 400 yards against Cincinnati. They couldn't score many touchdowns, but they got a bunch of yards. Maybe that gets them rolling. Arizona's horrible against the run, so look for Jalen Warren, Najee to kind of rule the day here.
Yep.
I'm going with this, the Steelers here. I see Arizona. I see Arizona is not going to take this game. I see Arizona trading away Kyler Murray at the end of this season because also they ain't gonna have no quarterback because Caleb Williams said if the Cardinals pick number 1, He don't want to go to
nigga,
any of the franchise.
He's not
Nigga,
going
look,
there.
nigga, look, hey, nigga, look, cut it. My man didn't pick against every team with the under. He made every underdog pick this today, but all of a sudden now my Cardinals. You going with Pittsburgh? Time out. Get this man a time
So
out.
we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Titans. Who you have there, guys?
Division game, Colts. It's kind of like both of them got the same offense. They both can run the ball very well. They both play decent defense. The rookie D-Hop, I don't know, but I don't know. I got the Titans. I take Tennessee.
I got the Colts. I think they're gonna. I need them to stay ahead of the Broncos. So
I got the Titans as well. They're pretty good at home. I still don't trust the Colts completely. No Jonathan Taylor. Zach Moss has played well when he's had his opportunity.
And he gets a lot this week because Taylor's out. Yeah,
it was kind of a weird thing, them releasing Shaq Leonard, but maybe they were doing him a solid, kind of like Arizona and Zach Ertz. Maybe, I don't know. But just a weird game. Indianapolis is like a 1-point favorite, but we'll go Will Levis. Will Levis at home. They're undefeated.
All right.
So we got the Dolphins versus the Washington Commanders. Who you guys have there?
Dolphins.
Yeah, I want to pick the Commanders really bad in this game, and if it's a snowy day and there's a lot of weather, I give the Commanders the edge. I'm still not sold on the Dolphins. Sorry, guys. I just don't see it. Right. So I'm going to pick the upset. I think this is the Eric Bieniemy's time to shine and to prove that he can be a head coach. I think he comes up with a great game plan, and Washington wins this football game in an upset of the week.
This is one of my games you'll be reading about on Chiefs Blitz, be our regular against the spread weekly game, along with a few others. But I'll give you some foreshadowing here. I don't trust Miami as a 9.5-point favorite on the road.
No
Washington is susceptible to the deep ball. So if Tyreek is healthy and plays, that could get a little dicey. But I think Miami, wins, but not by that many, not by 10 or whatever they're favored by right now.
Okay.
All right. So we have the Carolina Panthers versus Tampa Bay.
Who'd you pick, Bo?
I said I pick Washington.
The Dolphins? Okay, bet.
I pick Washington.
Okay, my bad. Dolphins. I'm tripping. All right, go ahead. You said Carolina.
We got Carolina Panthers versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who y'all take?
Tampa Bay. For some reason, it's like Bryce Young is a
Carolina is going to win another game. You think?
Yeah, no. Carolina's going to win this game. It's going to be the we just got our coach fired bump.
All right.
And then they don't have a first round pick either, right?
No, they don't.
Oh, that hurts. Come on, Mike Evans, go to Carolina because they need you. They need you.
All right, I'll take the Buccaneers there.
Yeah, I'll take Tampa as well.
I'll take Tampa.
We have the Cleveland Browns versus the LA Rams.
Well, this is an interesting game. I like the offensive production of the Rams. Browns defense is still legit, but if Luka Puka is the guy, so I like the Rams. I like the Rams. Cup, Williams, Luka.
I'm with you, Coach. I got the Rams as well. I think I watched the Browns-Broncos game, and they got no quarterback play.
No quarterback at all.
And even the defense kind of let them down against, I think, an average offensive Broncos team. So, Rams are rolling right now. They got it. They might get on fire the rest of the way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Rams here.
I take the Rams there also. 49ers versus the Eagles. I think a game that should have been flexed. They should have flexed this game should have been flexed with the Chiefs
and giving this one up.
I'm surprised. I thought this game would be flexed in favor of but Fox wasn't about to give it up. So
no, they wasn't.
Yeah,
sure wasn't.
Man, I mean the Eagles should be 8-3, same record as San Francisco, but I don't know. I think this is the biggest game of Shanahan's coaching career, bigger than the Super Bowl, to prove that last year with the injury to Purdy, where they lost in the playoffs, I think he's going to go throw everything in the kitchen sink. This is his Super Bowl. This legitimizes him as is a real threat in the NFC and a coach who can come back. But I think San Francisco is going to win this football game. I think the Eagles' luck is going to run out Sunday.
Are we going to feature this on our Sunday morning show?
Well, maybe
we should. I don't know. Game of the year. To me, this is like
year. It is.
This is going back to the days in the 70s of the heavyweight boxers. We had Ali Frazier 1, 2, 3, whatever. Last year was 1. Brock Purdy gets knocked out. There's a lot of talking going on right now between the teams. They don't like each other.
Oh, I love it.
They're more than likely going to play again in the NFC title game.
Yeah, I love it, man.
So this is a tough one. I think Philadelphia, San Francisco played on Thursday. Maybe they got an extra few days, so I don't think the trip, coming east is going to be as big a deal. Philadelphia has been in some tough games
and they produce in the clutch.
They're getting 3 points at home. This is such a tough one. I think San Francisco is the better team,
but
I'm going to take San Francisco here. But begrudgingly,
man, I'm gonna take. Jalen Hurts is a unique guy, and he knows how to win big games. But Purdy didn't play last time, so I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with San Fran because I feel like if the San Francisco can get rolling, be up, let's say up 14 points, and let the defense just eat. Let Young and Bosa and them guys just eat. So I'm gonna go with San Fran on this one.
I'm going to sense with 49ers also. I don't think the Jalen Hurts them should be. They should have more losses than that, like Nick said. That Chiefs, they should have been lost to the Chiefs also, but they've been in too many close games, but they made the plays. That's what Super Bowl teams does. They make the plays. So
they make the right
I see them at the end. I see it's a rematch versus the Chiefs and the Eagles in the Super Bowl again.
Do it. I'm in. Let's just jump ahead.
I think the Chiefs fans is going to show up in the masses crowd to get in the coach's butt for what he did after the game. So we hold all notes on that. So we got the Packers versus the Chiefs. We all know what we're going to pick here across the board.
Go Pack.
Everybody going Chiefs. Shut up, Dre. Everybody going Chiefs.
Right.
So we got the Bengals versus the Jags. The last game, everybody else is on a bye week. So who y'all got there? The Bengals, I meant to say. Jags versus the Bengals.
I got Jacksonville.
Yeah, I want the Bengals to win. I want the Bengals to win to help the Chiefs, but unless the Jaguars just lay an egg, and that the Bengals defense got torched last week, I don't see it.
I know, Nick. It hurt. It stings, don't it, Nick? It stings.
It just stings, man. Even with Joe Burrow, I'm not sure I would go against Jacksonville. So
Trevor Lawrence is honestly playing good football. Sorry about that.
He's playing really good football. I still don't think they're going to get to the title game, but I like the Jags in this game.
Yeah. Jags, Coach P.
Give me the Bengals. I'm going to take the Bengals for the upset. Even though I don't pick the Bengals for anything because they cornflake team. But I take
Frosted
the Bengals.
Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. They ain't frosted. They just flakes, son.
They just flakes. Doesn't matter.
Tony the Tiger, Frosted Flakes.
When they put on the all white uniforms, they zebra cakes. So it doesn't matter.
Zebra cakes got the cream filling.
Look at that.
But I picked them in this game for just to give the Chiefs a leeway in that bye week.
Yeah.
So with that said, this is a great show. So go ahead and close us out with the sponsors. Nick.
All right. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching. ChiefsBlitz.com. Please take a look at our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our show. Got to get our subscriptions up, and you're missing out on great things. So, sponsor number one, numero uno, that would be my good friend Dave Purdy. You can reach Dave. It works with Supreme Lending. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking for a mortgage, you're looking to go through your finances and see if maybe you can get rid of some high interest credit cards, whatever the situation might be in regards to loans. Dave Purdy's your guy. Give him a call at 816-405-5831. If you don't have time to make a phone call, just hit the QR code and fill out a little bit of information. Dave will start the process. He'll give you a quick check on your situation and see what he could do for you. Give Dave a call at 816-405-5831. Dave is Pretty good. And with the mortgage covered, we got you covered for real estate as well. If you're looking to buy or sell a house in the Kansas City area metro, give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785. Email simple, esellskc@gmail.com. He's your trusted real estate advisor, part of the Keller Williams Partners. Again, if you got family and friends moving out of state, moving in state, maybe you got some friends who are moving across country, not even involved in Kansas City, he can help you out with his relocation department. But inside the Kansas City metropolitan area, you're looking to buy or sell a house, whether it's a house for just you and me or the Travis Kelce $6 million mansion, Eric Haynes is your guy, 816-729-3785.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? I gotta give our crew a lot of shout out, man, because we love these guys. They are the reason that we have this show.
Absolutely.
They put their money where their mouth is. They're making
first
offer to help out. Even Eddie Kennison gave them both a shout out yesterday. I thought that was that was a little
self-promotion, you know.
Man, like Lou is the jewel from the show. You hear me? Lou, you are a jewel, man. All right, you know my take on the guy. I must give a shout out. And my man Kareem says that he said, Mr. Bowtie, he said there will be no slander of the zebra cake, sir. All right, must be his favorite dessert. You know what I'm saying?
After last night's game, I have no hope. The NFL officiating system is completely broken.
Did you see that game? That game was man. Listen,
I didn't have to see it. I didn't watch that.
I was talking about the Bengals when I said the zebra cakes. They put on the white uniforms.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I was talking about the
little Debbie catching strays.
Little Debbie. I dig it, guys. Dig it. Kareem, shout out to Kareem. John Harrison was a part of the show. Shout out to Harrison and shout out to Kareem.
Yep.
Big props, guys. Love the love.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for.
Oh, and Mark, listen, Lou. I don't speak this, man. It's a beyond compleno Luca.
Mark Pinocchio, he's our Friday columnist. He'll have his article up later today previewing the Chiefs and the Packers for Monday. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to say Monday Night Football.
He said Monday
Night Football.
Talk it, man.
I miss Howard
Cosell. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Spicy himself. What Dre call him? The salsa guy.
Salsa.
I want to give a shout out to him, man, for giving like guys. If you have any takes that you think you should be on the show, send them to me. Let me know that you know what I mean. Then I can put them on the show, or I send it to the crew, whatever. Listen, let me know. Like he been doing. I thank you for sending me some suggestions for the show. Keep those coming.
All right, Morel Trent. Man, listen. There you go. Trahan. Okay, I'm MT. Listen, I'm gonna say she said great show as usual, guys. Y'all killed me with the zebra cakes. Bow tie do not like zebra cakes, guys. He doesn't like the cream filling. So
do not send them to his house.
Andre, you get out of here. What they said, we're supposed to have a Sunday show. I don't know if it's gonna be on Twitter, right?
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, we will be looking for us on Sunday. And also, a happy birthday again to Lou's daughter. Shout out to her. I hope you enjoyed the day. And also, you know me. We all know what it is. Go Chiefs. Chiefs by 38 to me. Oh, we didn't give our scoring prediction. What was the scores? What was the scores?
All right, you go first, Hense. Lay it on us.
Here we go.
I got 38-10. Rashee Rice 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kelce has 100 yards. Patrick Mahomes gives Tony a day. Tony has 119 yards and a touchdown. Go ahead, Nick.
I got you a little better. Rashee Rice, 12 catches, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a reverse touchdown. He's going to score 3 touchdowns. If I get that parlay right, I should place that bet.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna have a monster game against the Packers.
We need a gambling partner, don't we?
Yeah, we got it. We're searching to
we're working on something.
Come on now,
guys. Listen. No, Lou, go ahead, Lou. You go ahead with your prediction because I got a bone to pick.
The defense is a little salty after giving up those 2 quick scores. Last week against the Raiders. I think they're going to be a little salty. So 34-13.
You know what, guys? Let me go back to Nick and Bo over here. Y'all say 175, 130, right, against Zaire Alexander? Don't think so. I say 24 targets for 28 yards over there, Rasheed Rice. I'm gonna say this: Sky Moore, 10 targets, 155 yards, guys. That's my predictions on that one, guys. Sky Moore this is your game to have, your game to own, sir. Your boy, coach.
If you get that right,
there'd be some secondary guys for Green Bay tripping or something like that.
I think Rasheed's going to be giving Zaire that too small sign. Too small.
Too small.
So with this thing, guys, we'll be back. We looking out. We don't know what we're going to do Sunday, but give us we'll be looking for us. We'll have the time and date.
All right,
if you subscribe, you'll get an alert. So
you get an alert. Subscribe.
You'll get more than an alert. Hey, subscribe to us, and we're gonna make your day pleasant. All right.
Fair enough.
Yes.
With that said, guys, we out.
All right. We out. Everybody, take care, man. We'll see you Sunday or Monday.
See you next time.
Right. Peace out.